Good morning, everybody. Don't let the music startle you. It's not music designed to startle you. It's if it transitions to the new song. It's let's see, Amazon playlist streaming, Amazon what do they call it? Prime Music classical for meditation. So I just wanted to remind you of this. When you do Sudoku on paper, which I love to do whenever I'm out and about, if I'm waiting for a meal or something like that in line at a restaurant and I see a newspaper and I know where that particular newspaper keeps their Sudoku puzzle, this is kind of the grading that I might do if I've got time and so forth. So the first thing that I would do is go through the puzzle, put all the numbers 1 through 9 on the left-hand side, and to the left of it, I just tally up how many numbers there are there to begin with. And then I would I'd look for the 1 and see if it's in the center line. You'll know what that means a little bit in the center column, the middle column. And if it was not given to me by the puzzle, I'd try to get through the 1s first. And then beyond that, I'd go to I'd attack the one that has the most numbers. So let's say that 6, for example, has, in this case, I can't tell. In this case here, 9 already has 8 of the numbers. So I only have 1 number remaining. I'd attack the 9, for example. So, and then as I completed rows, I'd check them off on the right. As I completed columns, I would check them off underneath. And as I completed each individual boxes, I'd put a little mark in the top right-hand corner of the boxes that were complete. So I hope that makes sense. This is, without the numbers, this is an example of the completed one without putting the numbers at the beginning. So I'll fix that so the next time I show that, that will be there. Anyway, I hope that makes sense. Today, we're on a medium puzzle, and today I got up late for some reason. That means I slept really, really well, soundly. So we're going to try to attack this as quickly as we can. So the 1 is there, so we can't get the 1. So I like to look and see, okay, there's 5 1s remaining. So I'm going to go see if we can do any damage with 1. All right, so if we go down here to this bottom box, we notice the 1 is here, and then this 1 is here. So we know that the 1 needs to be either here or here. We also have a 1 down here. So when we look at this right-hand column of boxes, of the 3 boxes on the right, we know the 1 would cancel these 2 out here. There's no space here, so the 1 has to be somewhere here. We have a 1 here, so it either needs to be here or here. Okay, then over here we go the 1, and this left-hand column of boxes, the 1 is here and here. The 1 can only be here. We have this one here, so therefore that 1 is there, and now we know with regard to here, the 1 needs to be there. Let's now attack the middle row of 3 boxes. We have the 1 here. The 1 can be here or here. Sure enough, we have the same situation with regard to the center box. The 1 can only be there or there. And then with regard to the right box, the 1 can be here. The 1 cannot be, in other words, the 1 cannot be here, cannot be here, and then we've got 2 options, and the 1 is already there, so the 1 has to be here. So we should have 2 1s remaining. We can't solve yet for this or this as far as 1s. We don't have enough information. So now, from this point forward, in the interest of doing this puzzle, completing it as quickly as possible, we're going to attack the 1 with the fewest numbers remaining. The 8 has only 3 remaining, 3/8. So right column, of boxes. The 8 can only go there by virtue of these two 8s. The center column of boxes are complete for 8s. The left column of boxes, okay, let's see here. We have an 8 and an 8, therefore the 8 can only be here. And we have an 8, as far as the left column of boxes, we have an 8 on the right, an 8 on the left. An 8 has to be in the middle. There's an 8 on the top, there's an 8 on the bottom. Therefore, the 8 is here, and we're complete for 8s. The next smallest number is the number 2. There's only 4 remaining, and the number 4. We usually look at the largest one first, so let's see for 4. Top row, there's only one 4 here. All 4 corners are open, but there's a 4 here. So as far as notes are concerned, we'll put a note for 4 here. Remember, this is left-handed Sudoku on my part. Left-handed Sudoku, based on where the camera's placed. It's a good challenge for an old-timer. All right, so 4 cancels out here. Well, we know about this bottom box with regard to 4 is 4 needs to be here or here, correct? But we know the 4 is going to be in one of these two, so it cannot be here. We still don't know, but it cannot be here. Therefore, 4 has to be there. And as far as this right-hand, bottom left box, the 4 cannot be in either one of these 3-cell rows in this bottom left box. It's got to be in the bottom row. There's already a 4 there, so the 4 has to be there. That's the problem with 4, the way I do my 4s and left-handed. There we go. All right, so we go 4 is here or here, middle, and the 4 cancels this. So again, we're going to have to put notes. A la the 1, we're down to 2 4s. So let's check if the 2s, if solving for the 2s may help us with regard to the 4s. We don't know. So 2, let's go in the right column. 2's on the top right. It can only be here. We have the 2 here. Therefore, we can solve for 2. Bottom right box, right column, has to be in the middle, but all 3 are open. If we look at the bottom row of 3 boxes, we see this 2's on the bottom, 2's in the middle. Therefore, 2 needs to be on the top. So 2 is here. Okay, middle row of 3 boxes. The 2 is there, bottom, top, middle. So now we're down to the top, we're back to the top row for 2. So there's only one 2 in this top row. It's in this top right box. So let's see if we can get some help. So the 2 can either be here or here. Let's see, before writing notes, the 2 is within the far left column of 3 boxes. The 2's on the left, the 2's on the right. The 2 can either be here or here, a la the 4, but it cannot be there because of this 2. Therefore, this 2 has to be here. Therefore, we can solve for 4 here and here. So we only have 1 2 remaining. It's going to be in this top box. 2's on the bottom, 2's on the top. 2 can only be in the middle. 2's on the left, 2's in the middle. So it needs to be in the right-hand cell of the top box. There we go. We've solved for 2's and we've solved for 4's. That leaves us with 3 that have 5 remaining. The 3, the 5, and the 7 each have 5 remaining. Let's go with the 7. Okay, by the way, there's only 1 empty in this box, in this right-hand box. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, let's get back to 7. All right, so we have a 7 in the bottom right box. As far as the right column of boxes, we've got a 7 in the right box. So therefore 7 needs to go here or here. I'll put notes with regard to 7s there. Okay, let's look at the left-hand column of boxes for 7. There's a bottom left box, 7. Here, there's only 2 empty cells. 7 cannot go there. Therefore, 7 must go there. Before we complete, 7. Before we complete this one here, well, we know the 7 has to go there. 9, 8, 7, 6 is the missing number here. 9 is the missing number here. Okay, let's continue for 7s. So 7 with regard to the middle box. So 7 cannot be here, the middle column of boxes. 7 cannot be here in this top box. 7 cannot be here. Therefore, 7 can either be there or there, a la here. So we're going to make a note. All right, now let's go to 5s. Okay, let's see. Now, we might have missed. Oh, yes. So, 7, middle row of boxes. I looked down here and I saw there's 3 left. I thought there was only 2 unsolved 7s remaining, but there are 3. This is the one. So, 7, middle row of boxes. 7's on the bottom, 7's on the top. It needs to be here. There's a 7 here on the left, so therefore it's a minimum of 2 or a maximum of 2. So we're going to make a note with regard to 7 here and here. All right, so now there's 3 7s remaining. Let's go to 5s. Okay, top, let's go to the left-hand column of boxes. 5's on the right, 5's on the left, 5 must be in the middle, and it is. Let's go to the middle row of boxes. 5's on the top, 5's in the middle, therefore 5 needs to be down here. We have no information about those 5's. But now look, as we do this, we make note. Middle row of boxes, bottom row of cells within it. There's only 2 blank. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. There's a 9 down here. So this must be a 9. Therefore, that must be a 5. Now we're back on track with solving 5s. Okay, middle row of boxes with regard to 5, top, bottom, middle, it's solved for. However, I think we're not going to be able to solve for much more. So when we look at this bottom right-hand box, 5 cannot be here by virtue of this 5. 5 cannot be here. So the 5 can either be here or here. Okay? We don't have enough information to fill in for 5s. This 5 here only cancels this one. So there's 3 possibilities here. But let's look at this very bottom row of cells. The 9th row of cells. 1, 2, 3 is missing. But look, this column of cells, the right column of cells within the left column of boxes is missing. So 9, 8, 7, 6 is the missing number. Therefore, this is 3. All right, so now that reduces us to 5 there. And that's what I mean by looking for volume. Look at this right-hand column of cells, the ninth from left, starting from left to right, the right-hand column. So let's solve for it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So since we did a 9 there and a 9 there, let's see, the only 9 areas here. So there's a 9 here. This must be a 9. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3 is the missing number. All right. So now, bottom row of boxes, top row of cells within the bottom row of boxes. The 5 can be there. We can see, well, there's only one other left. We can't solve for 5 right off the top, so 5 can be there. But see, if I wasn't going through this like I am, I would say, well, what's the other number? And let's see if we can get a clue. 9, 8, 7, 6 is the other number. So can we solve for 6? So far we can't, but we're now down to a pair. So this can either be 5 or 6. This can be 5 or 6. Oops. It misinterpreted my 6 for a 5. Left-handed. Improving. We love it. All right. So let's see here. We're continuing with 5s. So the 5 top row of boxes, 5 cannot be here. Let's see, but the 5 is the only one here. We still don't have enough. Let's skip. Let's go to 3s. So we did some 3s here on the way. We're down to the same number of 3s remaining as 7s. So let's go to the top row. 3s on the bottom, 3s on the top. 3 needs to be here or here. We don't have the information. 3 and 3. Okay, let's go to the middle. Same deal. 3s are on the top. 3s are on the bottom. Middle row of boxes I'm talking about. The 3 needs to be here. All right? It's not there. Okay, we go to the bottom row. 3, bottom, 3. So the 3. Now, here's what we noticed about the 3 could not be here. So that means the 3 either needs to be here or here. So we're down to 2 within the 3s, within the middle column of boxes, within the right-hand column of cells. The 3 cannot be there. We know in all cases the 3's in the middle row within this middle column of boxes. It's either going to be here, any one of these 3, here, any one of these 3, but on this one, only in these 2. So we know the 3 must be, it's just a different dimension, either here or here with regard to this right-hand column of cells within the middle column of boxes. All right, on the right-hand column of boxes, the 3 is solved for. Middle, left, right. Same with the left-hand column. All right, so we're down to, we can't put 3's over here because there's 3 possibilities in both of these. But with regard to this cell, we could put 3's there. Again, hope that makes a level of sense. Now, let's look at this middle row of boxes. Okay? We know that the 3 numbers to complete this middle row of boxes in order are 1, because the 1's going to occur here, here. 3, because the 3 minimally can occur here. But what we know about the 3, it can occur in any one of these. And 7, which can occur here or here. But I want you to see something. If we were to put the 3's everywhere where they could possibly be, there and there, as well as there, Okay, what do we have? If we take that 1 away, we've got pairs. So that tells us the 7 or the 3 can be here or here. We don't know which. We still don't know which. However, we know that should be a 1. Now, we're going to make that a 1 now by virtue of these pairs. By virtue of these pairs. Now, we're going to put the 1, and then we're going to show you how I check just to be sure. Some people would consider this cheating. I press that to verify that 1 was accepted. But it's based on that thinking. You have pairs. Whereas when you left the 1, remember the 1 could have been here or here, but that would not have made a pair anywhere. So therefore, we can solve for this number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That number is 6. We could have also looked in the middle row of boxes in the top row of cells. There was only 1 blank left anyway, so we could have verified that in that fashion. I hope this makes sense. And there are other ways. You can say, well, there's only 3. Let's do this one other way, and let's see if we can deduct. There's the right-hand column of boxes. There's the middle column of cells within it. There's only 3 left, blank. And you'll see there's 3 left in a lot of these. So let's see what these 3 numbers are. 1, 2, 3, 4. We know that a 5 is missing. Okay, 6 is missing. 7, 8, and 9 are missing. So let's look for 9. Well, we know 9 can't be there. So 9 can either be here or here. 9 cannot be there. So this is a 9. All right. So we only now have taken it down to 2 boxes. Let's see if we can solve for it. 9, 8, 7, 6, and 5 are the 2 missing numbers. Okay? 6 and 5 are the 2 missing numbers. So now we can't solve for it, but we can make these 2 pairs in this bottom right box. We can get rid of this 1 because we had already solved for that 1. 5. And 6. We'll do one more in this dimension before we go back to the numbers. We're getting close to the puzzle being complete. So let's look at the left-hand column of cells in the right-hand column of boxes, because we're down to 3 blanks in that one as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 are missing. Okay, well, 5 and 6 in addition to 7. But the problem is we cannot determine it's going to be a minimum of 3. So 5 and 6, well, no, 6 cannot be here. So 6 can be here. Okay, however, 5 cannot be. Now, if we want to cheat a bit, this isn't cheating. Cheat is a trigger word for me. I use cheat too liberally. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 can either be here or here. It cannot be here. Okay. But we can't put the 5 there because based on this dimension here, it's too many spots. I hope that makes some sense. Okay, we're out of whack here. Let's go back to, let's go to number 6. Oh, we're down to 1, 9, so let's get rid of it. So let's look at the top row of boxes. We have a 9 on the bottom. We have a 9 in the middle. 9 needs to be here, and there's a 9 here. So therefore, the 9 has to be here. Now remember, we were just on that very top row, and we said the 5 could not be here. So only the 5 can be there. And now we already have a hint. We'll just verify in that very top, the first row of cells, the very first row, the top row of cells is number 7. So we've completed that. So now we come down here with 7. We know the 7 needs to be in the very center middle cell of the entire matrix. Therefore, this is the 3. We solve for that 3, and we know the 3, oops, we don't know much more about 3s, though, in this middle one. So let's see if we have 7s. Uh-oh. Do we have a problem? Look at, there's an error. Look how we know there's an error. 7, middle column of boxes. 7's on the right, 7's on the left. Therefore, 7 needs to be in the middle. They're complete, and there's no 7. Now I'm going to cheat. So it mistook my 7 for a 3 is my guess. So I just go the number that I want over the number, and it corrects it to 7. All right. 7 only has 1 remaining. Okay. Right-hand column of boxes. 7's on the right, 7's in the middle, 7 that needs to be on the left. 7 is complete. By the way, we're only down to 2 3s. Let's see if we can solve for those 2 3s. I have a feeling we're not going to be able to. So here we go. 3s, bottom row of boxes, 3's on the bottom, 3's on the top. 3 can either be here or here. 3 cannot no longer be there by virtue of this 3. So let's get rid of it. Now, I noticed something. I've neglected 1s. We're down to 1 1. Let's get rid of it. Middle column of boxes. 1s, that's the one we wanted. 1's here, 1's in the middle, 1's on the left, 1, therefore, must be on the right. We've solved for 1s. Let's see if that didn't help us complete for 3s. So let's go to number 5. See if we can solve for 5. Oh, look, top right box only has 1. It has to be a 6. Okay, 6, so this has to be a 6. Therefore, that has to be a 5. When we go here, the 5 cancels that. That has to be a 5. When we go to the middle column of boxes, we've got a 5 on the left, we've got a 5 on the right. This needs to be a 5. We're done with 5s now. 3s, that therefore needs to be a 3. Let's solve for this top box. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we're down to 3 and 6. So this cannot be a 6. This must be a 6. And this must be a 3. Very good. I hope that makes some sense. Of course, it took longer than anticipated, but hope we got some good learning and good verification in there. It's all good for me. Hope you guys have a great day. Make it a great Wednesday, and we'll see you next time.